It's fair enough.
Yeah. Hey, you leave some magic burst in the pool, though. I think Signal Ultra could easily look at the Lina to kind of build off, get some instantaneous burst out, deal with the Timbersaw fast early on. You're gonna have to wait for a pipe to be up for the Timbersaw. Even then, timings are a bit back and forth. That could be something else. So Lena plays really nice with Avenge. So you get the additional range. You can right click pretty nicely as well. They go to Viper though, which is, I guess, another way of making use of this Venge. You've got really good range once you start fighting his team. You have a break for the Timbersaw, so his durability, if he has no stacks and gets broken, he's not getting any stacks. It's a really good counter to the Timbersaw, somewhat. And Signal, they're finding the answers in this draft. It's looking pretty solid. Not very flashy, but very solid of them to kind of come out here.
Yeah, I'd say so. I think the Venge Viper is pretty strong as well. Like, assuming you go for the Dragon Lance on the Viper, the range just gets ridiculous when you have the Venge nearby. Boom, they are going to go into the Clockwork. Fair enough. It's a very disruptive pick up against the Monkey King, and when you are playing the Venge, the Clockwork can be infuriating to be up against as well. In the laning stage, if you are going to run the Timber Clock, as the Clockwork, you could just chase down the Vengeful Spirit the whole laning phase, and she just can't do anything. But Cignal Ultra, they will go for an Ogre Magi pickup now. I suppose if you are laning the clock against the Ogre, it's a bit of a different story, but now Boom Esports do go for the Drow. Love the pickup. Think it's going to be very strong in this matchup up against Cignal Ultra. That will probably mean the Drow clock lane will be there for Boom Esports, as it's a very powerful lane to have.
That it is. It's pretty sneaky as well, right? Because you'd expect Signal to have been eyeing that, because they do have the Venge, but it ends up being on Boom. So they can play fast with it. The combinations with the clock, as you mentioned, are pretty darn nice. Now we only need to see Boom pull something down mid that can kind of play in this pace, kind of play pretty fast, and something that doesn't mind the Viper too much. Not sure what options you have there for that. They might be expecting the Viper off lane though, as we have seen a couple of times now. And Boom is focusing more in mid ban, so it looks like they expect the Viper to go on off lane. Boom doesn't have overall last pick though, so there's an opportunity there for Signal to still swap these lanes.
What do you want to see mid here for Boom Esports? Like, up against the Viper, it's a pretty hard matchup for any mid laner to have. The laner would have been a nice pickup to take, but it was banned out by Cignal Ultra. What else is there that does well? Assuming the Viper is going to be mid, which it should be. I suppose you just never know. So we did see earlier on they were running the offlane Viper.
Yep. I think it's a bit strange, but I'd say a Wind Ranger wouldn't be too bad for Boom if they wanted it. You've got the Drow to kind of play with there. You've got Evasion. All you really have to worry about is the Metatoxin AoE, but you're ranged. You can just pull back. You can wave clear. You can harass the Viper with your W, power shot. So you have options there if they wanted the Wind Ranger. We have seen Mikado really dance with that hero, but Boom hasn't been picking it all that much at all here in the Monster Energy Dota Summit 13. So maybe something that Boom doesn't draft anymore, but it's an okay option against Viper, but you give Signal the opportunity to lane swap there. You just don't have overall last pick here.
Radiant's turn to pick.
Good call, John.
All right.
Well,
Hey, that's why I have the Figma up there, Mike.
that's right.
I know when to pick Wind Ranger. Pretty sick.
Cignal Ultra. 13 seconds of reserve time left for them.
10 seconds.
Gotta say, this draft is looking rather weak, in my opinion, from Cignal Ultra.
5 seconds.
Yeah,
remaining.
it doesn't have like a tempo setter. You've got two supports that are not really the kinds to go on successful early rotations. It's nothing like a Mirana, right? Mirana, you get set up from your core, long range arrow comes in, you've got an insane stun with damage. Just nothing like that here for Signal, and they do go with a Quap, so they do flex that Viper away. I think we should expect the Quap mid, yeah. So they take JMC's Quap mid, they flex the Viper with her last pick, and that just kind of prevents Mikado from having that better lane against Viper. Quap is still a slightly tough lane. You can get her DOT off without having to miss through your wind run. So there's a little bit more harassment coming through here for Jamesy. It still has some weaknesses in this draft, as you mentioned, but they have pretty decent team fight with Wukongs and Sonic Wave here. They have great area denial. They just need to work at keeping people in there. They have no AoE stuns except for Jingu, and that's it. That is going to be their main hitter, the Monkey King AoE. That's their AoE stun, and that might not be enough here.
Hmm. I'm gonna go ahead and say, like, the Viper is putting a bit of a spanner in the works here for sure. Like, it's gonna be a lot of value with this Viper pick, but I do look at Boom Esports' draft, and I do prefer it quite a bit. Neither team really has amazing team fight, right? But you do have a
No.
bit more on Boom Esports, I'd say.
Mm.
I think
Yeah.
the Drow is just gonna kind of scale out of control as well.
Yeah, it will. Like you have some good gap closers here though. Quap can jump in, Monkey King can
Wait.
jump in.
That's a
Hmm?
+4 Viper.
Whoa, it's the offlane Van Vench, all right.
Oh, so then I don't know. If you're playing offlane Venge, to me it looks like the game's over already. Boom Esports probably won this. Honestly, like, I don't know. I gotta say,
it hasn't
Johnny,
been winning. It hasn't been winning for sure.
No, but I'm just saying, like, what's the Viper gonna do as a +4?
I don't know.
Like,
Press
I know,
W, press Q.
I know we've seen it a lot, and the whole point is you spam Nether Toxin and just be annoying with your poison attack. But
Yeah. Nah.
yeah,
Yeah, nah. You know? Nah.
No, I think Boom Esports' draft is significantly better here. We'll see what happens. Game 1 was pretty weird. You know, both teams just looked a bit off. Game 2, we'll see how they do perform. But if we are going to see, like, you know, the performances of Boom that we're used to seeing, I'd say they are looking to be the heavy favorites just based off draft. And they're doing the right thing already, John. They're bringing down the Drow and Clockwork down to the bot lane to be up against the Monkey King. Obviously, they want to try and avoid the Viper lane if they can. And if they get away with this, this lane is going to be so easy for Boom.
Oh, for sure. Like, they've just got the combinations on hand. Kezcute can just really start to hammer in. Once you get level 1's already pretty good, but I think the big spike is when you have power cogs and the battery assault, of course. So that's just going to be hellish here for the Monkey, and they've got to watch out. Now, they do have this nice ward spotting the movement out. So they should have a bit of an idea as to what Boom Esports wants to do. So a nice preventive ward, at least here from Cignal. They've also got Grims in a very forward spot, and
Yes, John.
we're just, it's
There's
yeah.
a frog jumping around.
Uh,
I never understood why Towers didn't recognize the Monkey King when he's a courier. It's like, it's still an enemy courier, right? Like, should you not
Yes.
just attack it?
logic would say yes, but you never know. You never know what goes through the frog's mind, and well, I guess he just commiserates with a frog. I mean, he doesn't. The ice frog wouldn't want to be hit by a tower, so
Where
I guess
is
there's
he
that.
going?
He's.
Switching
It's
lanes
the lane
already.
swap.
Okay.
Yeah, because they spotted it. They spotted it with that board. They knew something would be up. So they're going for the swap, which means I don't know if Boom. Boom's already ready though. Dream Salt's already top. So I'm not sure about this one for the Monkey King. Now you will have Eris around up top. It's the Drow solo for now. We're gonna have to wait for the support to walk in. Grims is still trying to play forward in that jungle, but yeah, they see the ping and then well, look at this. Abat's just walking all the way back bot.
Yep. Off we go. Seen this one before, John. The old switcheroony. Back down to the bot lane. But you've left Eris here by himself. Kezcute, if he wanted to, could actually go for a kill on Eris right now with the Drow. Looks like they're gonna play it a bit more cautiously, just make sure nobody else is around. Grim's TPs, you go get a kill right now. I know Kezcute didn't see the TP, but it would be a very easy kill on the Viper. Van is gonna bring himself back up. This is the lane that Boom don't want though. You know, like it's Kezcute can't do anything against the Viper when there's the Venge around as well.
Yeah, it's a hard one. I think once Van gets two, it's good. Although they're going.
They're gonna try. It's dangerous. Dreamer Soul, it's a lot of damage with the multi-shot out as well, but Eris is going to continue with the poison attack spam. He's going to get a fair bit of damage out onto the Drought. I think Kezcute is just going to have to relegate himself to getting the pulls off in the lane. Really not much he can do up against the Viper when the Venge is there. It's a disgusting lane for the Clockwork, John.
It is. Dual range against melee. Never fun for the melee support. And this is just set to get worse, Mike. Once Van has level 2 and level 3, maybe going 1-1-1 or 0-2-1 or 0-1-2, whatever it is, Vengeance or up and running, you get more range in Eris. You spam your spells out, you're never trading happily, and orb walking becomes easier. So that's just set to get worse and worse as time goes on. Looking down mid, though, this is something that Boom can be a lot happier with. Mikado is leading slightly over JMC, and this is the lane we talked about a bit, but Quap is better than the Viper mid against the Wind Ranger, but Wind Ranger, for the most part, still has a good time. JMC can't really gap close to get the Shadow Strike every single time. There's just so much range on Mikado, and he can always stand back with Power Shot instead, so you're not really leveraging your DOT as the Quap, and Mikado gets the farm.
Hyde onto Grims, just going to make sure he can't get the large camp pull off. Very nice there by Hyde. FBZ doesn't really seem to be struggling at all up against the bat, and this is kind of what I'm talking about. If you have a good Timbersaw player, he's not going to care about the Jingu Mastery. He's just going to play around it. And, FBZ so far has been really uncontested on the Timber.
Yeah, it just doesn't do anything to him. That does leave the supports to kind of play with the lane. So you're seeing Hyde intercept the pulse, although
they do get that kill. Kezcute with Dreamer's Soul is able to get one, and Van is probably also going to go down. In fact, make it a courier on top. I love this laning duo, John. The Drought Clockwork, it is so stupidly broken.
oh, it is. And you're just dancing now. Dreamo Cell level 4. We saw Van stuck at 2. This is not the start Cignal was looking for, but it's that support Viper. And it's not going to do much. He TP's mid now to refill JMC's bottle. Eris maybe looking to also secure those power runes. Let's see if they can get it done.
Grims gets a haste rune. He's just going to run away. Maybe able to get that courier. He's going to go for it. Oh, Jukes around. Courier. Oh, might make it out. The tier 2 tower. Grims, I'm not sure about this. Grims, what are you doing? Oh, Grims.
Oh,
Bit
you
too
gotta
far
love
there,
it.
Grims.
Oh, Hyde with the punishment. Good stuff. I love the micro. And you're happy. I mean, you trade a courier, sure, but you're a support. That's your courier. He's walking back to base. It already delivered its items. And now Hyde gets to go back in with a lot more mana, a lot more EXP, and, you know, you're happy. Now, Mikado was struggling mid, but he's perfectly fine now. We'll need a refill at some point, though, and that's where our TP comes in.
Ew. He has a salve anyway, Makoto. He should be alright. Just waiting out the Shadow Strike damage, but it's like he is just going to keep up the bottle and save the salve for later on. Kezcute. TP back to his tier 1 tower. Van going to cop a bit of harass, but Dreamer Soul is alone. Needs to be cautious. Be able to back off and just reset the lane for himself. Even gets that large camp for himself with the multi-shot, but now Eris is going to start with the poison attack. Kezcute is going to interrupt. They have to be careful. They're going to die again. Dreamer Soul can just turn around onto Van now, and Van's dead. They get the clockwork, but it's going to be decent for Dreamer Soul. As long as Eris can't kill him off like this, Eris is going to try and follow up Dreamer Soul. No, he's...
Oh,
that's a great block, that tree. Well done to Dreamer Soul. And he's going to outrun Eris. That is well worth it for Dreamer Soul, as he is scot-free, just out of there.
Yeah, that's what you love to see. 1-4 start for Boom. And this lane just is so hard for Cignal to balance out. They're starting to find levels on Eris and Van, but Dreamer Soul still finding farm. He's finding kills. His farm may be a bit slower than Abbat, and you have to give Cignal that. They've given Abbat a bit more farm there, but the kills kind of offset that for Dreamer Soul. So he's fine. Their lanes are going decently well. They're getting some spikes up, and Cignal need to make something happen soon. They've got 6 in JMC.
Oh, nice little kill there in the mid lane. Grims, good rotation out, and Jamesy does get the kill with the Sonic Wave. Makoto going down for the first time this game, and It's going to give Jamesy a nice little advantage in that mid lane. As it looks like he is going to run himself back to the fountain for a reset and maybe go for a gank in another lane straight after that. How's our bot lane been going, by the way? We haven't looked at that for a bit. It's like our Monkey King has been farming very well, about top of the last hits board, but in terms of, you know, kind of harassing out this Timber, he hasn't been able to do that, and now he might... Oh, a bat.
Oh, that Fortify.
I mean, it was an extremely nice Fortify.
Oh.
FBZ is going to be able to get the kill. Bit of a greedy Jingu, I've got to say, John. Rather greedy Boundless Strike coming out. I appreciate he wanted to go back up to 4 HP, but it was a very nice Fortify. I guess we'll say that. Eris is going to be in trouble. Dreamer Cell top lane, going to be able to get the kill there with Hyde. They are not going to be able to trade. No chance in hell. In fact, Dreamer Cell going to turn back around onto Van. Van's going to go down.
Gotta love it. If you're Boom now, 2-7. They're not quite ahead in net worth though, not by a massive amount, just 1k. But you are getting the running start we were looking for, and a bot.
He's trying, but yeah, there's your gun start from Dreamer Soul. He can do that every time. Balance Strike is nice. Ignite is there as well. Dreamer Soul is actually going to die this time. They can't fight a bat, not with that Jingu Mastery out. They are going to have a run. Arrow almost connects there from Hyde, but not quite on target. 3-7 now, Boom Esports, still leading by 1k. And Makoto is actually going to rotate up, see if he can get something going for his team. He has revealed himself with that power shot attempt onto the Ogre, though. Ultimately, we'll probably just have to get back to farming the mid lane.
Yeah, it's decent wins for Cignal in the end. I think slowing down the Drow is pretty nice, although...
Hey, Eris. I mean, this is your Pons 4 Viper, right? This is kind of what happens when you choose Pons 4 Viper. He just dies a lot after the initial laning stage.
Yeah, it does fall flat, and I mean, I don't think Era's got enough space out with a Viper early on as well. That's the biggest issue. Like, if you do get off to a running start with a Viper, you're really set in a good spot, but if you don't, then it's just really ugly. And they are going to go for tower trade stage, chasing down Hyde up top.
Hyde's going to have the help of FBZ coming in. And Grims is going to be in danger. Looks like he probably is going to drop FBZ, able to take the kill for himself very easily. Down to the bot lane for our Mirana, where they are going to chase down this swamp, but Dreamer Soul going to be in a spot of danger here, but Cogs is great from Kescute. Sonic Wave, however, even better from Jamesy. They do kill off the Drow, now killing off that Mirana, and even Kescute on the clock. Very nice rotation out from Jamesy on that Queen of Pain, but an even better power shot, Makoto. From a mile away, does catch him out. Mind you, they did have vision with that Observer Ward down in the river, so he did know. But it is still a very nice power shot.
It definitely is, and that sort of evens it out. You're still happy for Cignal. You do break the 6-9, and it's now 6-10, but they might find more.
Another nice power shot out from Makoto. With that Arcane Rune, he just has it off cooldown in a few seconds. Of course, he is going to work towards that MKB, John. Just standard Wind Ranger stuff.
Definitely. It's a good timing as well on that Javelin. So 10 minutes in. Brown Boots, Null, Bottle, Wand, Javelin. Really good early start here for Makoto. Number 2 in net worth. Exactly where you want to be. And right now, Boom is just looking to pressure these towers. They are running a Drow strat. They've got 3 heroes bot to clear out that bot tier 1. Cignal after top have not been able to go in. So it's not going to be a direct trade yet. There's going to be an opportunity for Boom to go for a defense if a tower is under threat.
Things are going very well here for Boom Esports so far. It's like Jamesy, he had a great start, and he is getting decently close to that Orchid now. Both their cores actually leading in terms of net worth on the moment for Cignal. Bat will get that top tier 1 tower. It's the mid lane where Eris is going to try and delay things in this tier 1 mid tower push. guess that is one of the positives about that Viper, is you can just spam Nether Toxin and delay things quite well. Boom Esports look like they don't really want to fight right now. Not into that Queen of Pain, who does have the Sonic Wave up. Dream's actually going to have a look here on the Ogre, see if he can find anyone, but everyone is going to be out of there from Boom. Kescute, not even level 6 yet on the Clockwork, so it doesn't really have the hook shot to abuse. May just want to get that level 6 before he goes any further. It seems like there is a lot of value in having that hook shot this game.
Yeah, it's probably one of their best spells for fighting, because a lot of their initiations either going to be Kescute getting the hook shot, or them somehow landing an arrow, or just literally having FBZ run up. But they need that additional tool in Kescute, and it is up. Maybe they make a play, but they're very deep in here.
Grimm's Ignite out onto Hyde. Not going to bother Hyde. He has 3 leap charges. He'll be right. Then, and this is your core Venge, don't forget, John. He is very low on farm. He's only 200 gold ahead of his own Pos 4 Viper. I'm not sure what he's going to aim for this game as an itemization, but mid lane, FBZ going to be in danger. He'll use himself up, tries to chain away, but is not going to be able to, and that'll be another kill for Cignal Ultra.
7-11 now on Cignal Ultra's end. Way better for Boom so far, but the net worth is still contentious.
They caught a bat. That's what you want the hook shot for. Into the shackle from Makoto. A very nice kill, but Jamesy now coming in for a bit of a trade. Makoto just going to TP, so will Kescute.
Oh man.
Just TP.
Yeah. It's you know, we've seen that in multiple series now, right? Multiple games where that's always the issue for Cignal, and we talked about this. They only really have Boundless and Venge Stun and Swap. That's it. They don't have... I guess there's Fire Blast, but when Grims is not around, when their Venge isn't around, and if their Monkey King's dead, well, fairly easy to kill them off. I'm not sure if you want to go Yules for JMC, probably not. So we'll just finish off that Orchid and hope the damage is enough once you throw your spells out. But Boom has that easy escape tool on hand for now, until more items fly. And then they just go back to farming. 2k lead now on Boom's end. They're still fairly equal with the cores on Cignal's side, and did he find a kill?
Yeah, there's a nice blink in from Jamesy, predicting where the Mirana leaped and TP'd. Jamesy just held on to the Sonic Wave. He didn't want to waste it. Got away with not using it, and he does now have the full Orchid up. With all this time, though, Dreamersaur has been patiently and quietly just farming up in his jungle, and he's doing a good job of it. Has the Dragonlance into the Yasha. Suppose with this Quap, you can break the gap quite nicely, but James, you'd hope he'd start making some plays here with the Orchid up now. Definitely a very nice spike for him.
Yeah, they could easily look to rip through the back lines. Boom has been a bit hesitant. They just don't have wards out. There's so many more offensive wards from Boom. Oh.
Hook shot is going to be out on Grims. Makoto is going to be there with the follow-up damage, and Grims is going to go down to the Wind Ranger. Another nice pickup for the side of Boom. It's going to give him one step closer to that Orchid as FBZ down to the bot lane is going to go down, but they could get a trade here. Jamesy did not have the blink back up. Could not get out of that situation, and you'd say that's a very well worthwhile trade for Boom Esports.
Definitely is. Pulls them ahead now to 3k. They find 2 cores, because you got to remember if the Venge is a core. And that leads Mikado very close to this MKB. In fact, it's flying out. So you've got the MKB up 15, 16 minutes in. You do have this Battle Fury up in the bot, but all that'll do is speed up the farm. So you still need to wait a little bit more on Cignal's side. Boom, I expect them to really start to kick this aggression up with the MKB on Mikado. They can melt right through all of these heroes.
Mid lane they go. Dream Assault. It started on that tier 1 mid tower. Kescute does have the hook shot. We'll go for an attempt there straight onto the Viper, and it's going to be a very quick kill. Van going to show his face, but could be in a spot of danger as FBZ does have vision. They are going to try onto the Timbersaw with that Jingu Mastery, but he is going to chain straight through everyone. Going to be just fine. As Booms continue on that tier 1 tower. No problems here for Dreamercell. That tier 1 going down. Nice deny, actually. Out from Jamesy. However, he has been gusted and shackled, and he is gone. And this is the Boom we're kind of used to seeing.
Yep, they're back. This is proper form for Boom, clearing out objectives, finding wins, pulling back, going back to farming highly efficiently. And now Boom, they've got the 3k lead, they maintain it. They're forcing Cignal to kind of rethink their farming patterns, rethink how they go into these fights. And they're just in a really good spot. Like Dreamercell, as you mentioned, is still farming up. Hurricane Pike is coming out next. So Dreamercell can actually reposition himself well. Have to admit, FBZ with the Yule's chain is, it's kind of cheating. We talked about it, right? It's like a get out of jail for free card here for FBZ, and they have to be careful when they commit so hard in Timbersaw. If you don't break him at the breakout of the fight, he's still gonna get 24 stacks, and if the break comes after, it doesn't take away his stacks, it just prevents new stacks from coming out. So you have to be cautious about that one. FBZ's just been able to really distract them in the front lines.
FBZ going to move in with the Moonlight Shadow, but he's going to realize that he is underneath detection. Cignal is still just farming up on this Monkey King, trying to go into the late game. But mid lane, they have caught out the Quap with the arrow follow-up, but Van is going to immediately swap him out.
Radiant's bottom tower is in danger.
They smoke up. Proto, they get caught. Van, no, didn't get the swap. Now, Yule's out. They might just go for a quick burst onto Van, and it won't be too hard to do so. They will get him. Now, Grim's getting very low on the Ogre. Needs to run, but here comes FBZ. Into the back lines, but he's in the Wukong's command now. The buyback is there from Van. FBZ just trying to get himself out. Kescute, he does have the hook shot, but he won't really need to quite yet as FBZ gets out. And now the Shackles holding down two of them into the cogs of Kescute. They do kill off a bat. They'll get Van's tie back. Jamesy, way out of position now, is also going to die. What did I tell you, John? This is, you don't pick POS 3 Venge and POS 4 Viper. It doesn't work.
Yeah, it's falling really flat here for Cignal. They need so much more in the Monkey King, and this is something we talk about with the hero, right? It needs so much farm to really start running true now. Has faded off for that very reason. We need to see if the investment will pay off. The BKB is one step forward. The Ags is next. And even then, the Ags doesn't feel like it's enough by itself. You need damage items to fly through as well. But now, map is shrinking. Tier 2 gone bot. Entire bot jungle now. A very scary spot to be in. And Boom just really apply that control now. 9-22, 9k lead. Dreamercell actually
nice shackle.
diverted.
Kodo, a very nice shackle. See how fast he just melts the Viper with that MKB.
I'll take that.
Yeah, it's just easy for Mikado. He's got this fantastic run into Wind Ranger. Just been allowed to get too much down mid. The supports couldn't rotate. I mean, what kind of rotation could you expect from a Viper Ogre? They went a couple of times, found one kill, and beyond that, Mikado's been fine. So you're kind of paying for allowing this Wind Ranger to farm up. And look at Kescute. He's just not scared to just walk up.
Yeah, nice hook shot in. Does catch out Grims, and FBZ will be there with the follow-up damage on the Timbersaw. There goes my dog, just barking like crazy for some reason, John. A bat. Gonna jump through the trees, and not sure really what he's up to, but he's gonna just try and creep skip here with the Battle Fury Monkey King. Kescute though, gonna have a look for him. We'll see him now farming the creep wave. Meanwhile, Jamesy does end up killing off Hyde down the bot lane. And Dreamercell does get the Roshan and the Aegis.
Yeah, you can't allow that to happen. They didn't have vision. You have to know that the Wind Ranger with this early timing and MKB can absolutely melt. No. But
yeah, they haven't got the hook shot, but FBZ can chop down trees pretty easily. Power shot may have given them slight vision, but a bat is still on the run, and looks like he is actually going to make his way out. They didn't have the hook shot available for another 2 seconds. Bat is going to make himself out of there.
Yeah, good run out. Not quite the ideal situation, but you're still finding steady farm here on your Monkey King. There is still a 10k lead from Boom, and they have the smoke on Keskut. They might still want to go hunting.
A nice hook shot out from Keskut again, straight onto Grims, and that'll be your Ogre going down. Van going to be chased up by the Timber. Eris, he's going to get swapped in by Van. Multi-shot is going to fly through by Dream himself, but they're going to be alright. It works out.
You love seeing it, right? When a Venge is dying, even as a core, it's always funny to see a dying Venge getting swapped in. What the Dream was still dropping the ground.
Clumsy net.
Just drop his... Alright, just showing off a bit.
Yeah.
Fine. Still, tier 2 mid being taken here, Mike. They're trying to split push. Again, a bot up top. But that's not going to stop this momentum. Their tower is going to melt.
And it will.
Oh, a bot?
Uh-oh. Hyde has caught him out. A bot. He's going to go for the Boundless. Power shot will miss, but Hyde, he's going to make sure he can't get into a tree. And with that hook shot in, he popped the BKB.
That was fresh.
Yeah,
it just
the
came
10-second charge. 10-second charge gone.
Oh, man. The courier just came in, dude. Like, literally, the courier's just flying out now. That is not it.
Rough.
Cignal, you know, they've still got the Aegis for a few more minutes. They're just going to start the high ground. And there needs to be a defense. They need Wukongs up here. 20 seconds, that's long enough to at least take a tier 3.
And it does. That rack's not going to last very long at this rate if Dream Soul's allowed to hit it like this over and over again. They don't seem to know how to... Ooh, force stuff right in there, point blank range. And that'll be Van going down. I don't think the force stuff was necessary. Or maybe he's still level 11. It's a level 1 swap.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's not that long. But that was way too forward, though. That was not the swap play to go for. And one set of racks, that's it. They can easily look down bot if they wanted to, but
Why not just go after the Monkey King jump? It's not like they can really stop you. Like, Jamesy, gonna go in for a Shadow Strike on Makoto. That's really gonna be it. Into the top tier 2 tower. This is a very, very sad game for Cignal Ultra.
look at Remo Cell. You gotta love it when you've got this range.
Yeah,
Just hit from the high ground. Always balanced the throw.
very balanced, sir. They're not going to go high ground yet, it looks like. The age is probably going to expire soon. I mean, you probably still could without it, honestly. They've got a 15k net worth lead.
Yeah, they've got a minute. I think a minute's going to be long enough, but it looks like they will play cautious. Boom does not want to give opportunities out. Just want to get steady farm, secure these map objectives. There are runes to take. They drew circles around their rune spot. Keep the wave shoved in and just deny farm from Cignal. Like, they can't recover if they can't go out to farm. And it's just going to be slow going now. A bot just going to jump through trees, maybe look to shove the bot lane this time around. But it's only him that's finding farm now. Like, everyone else is kind of scuffed. Jamesy, 10k, 1k behind. And I guess I don't think we should talk about Van.
Where did you learn the word scuff, John?
I just kind of picked it up in OEDL. I don't know.
so.
I started saying it, and I don't know why. Still,
Hook shot is going to be in. A nice Cogs push back onto the quad, but it's not going to be quite enough to hold him down. Arrow flying through, not going to land, but Makoto to rush in with the focus fire. Not going to be able to get the kill there. There's your Aegis being revoked by Roshan. They are still going to go after that tier 3 tower.
yeah. Would it be I've always wanted to ask. Bogged is just a term, right? It's nothing big. Oh,
Hold on. Swap is there. Van trying to go in. Wukong's command. Nice shackle though. Makoto holding two of them down. They don't want to go into the Wukong's command. Dota going to jump back in about it. He just melts through the focus fire damage. The BKB does nothing. Hook shot in from Kezgud, holding down the Ogre. Grims, he's gone. The chains, it won't latch, but who cares? The GG's been called. Boom Esports will take the second game, and another draw for Boom now.
Yeah, a really dominant fashion in game 2. 10-31, 21k lead in 27 minutes. Spectacular play from Boom. Really good draft. Cignal this time experimenting with that pause 4. Pause for Viper with the for Venge doesn't pay off. Now this allows me to segue. Is it fit? Is it okay to say bogged? I've always been curious.
Bogged.
That's an okay word, right? Yeah, bogged. That game is bogged. It's
Yeah,
bogged.
I mean, bogged means like when you use it generally when you're driving a car somewhere like in the outback and you get stuck in mud.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean,
Right,
you
right.
can't
So-
say the game was bogged as in it was kind of like slow, I guess, or I mean, it's
bad
hard
time.
to put.
It was a bad time, right?
I mean, I wouldn't say it's. I
I
mean,
guess.
I guess it could work like that, John. You've got to really
Right.
freshen up when you're Australian. I'll give you a few lessons after this, but that is it for tonight, John. It's been a very fun day of SEA games. Hope you enjoyed yourself, and hope the viewers did as well. Of course, we are back tomorrow for some more SEA action for the Monster Energy Dota Summit 13. We do have another 3 best of 3s, 2 of which involve Among Us, which should be pretty fun. The first 2
And-
series, in fact, are with Among Us.
Yeah, and unfortunate for Cignal, they've got 2 series tomorrow as well. So they played 2 today back to back. They're going to play 2 more tomorrow back to back. And funny enough, they're going to do it again November 1, but that's way down the line. So we'll see how that affects things. You know, these back to back games can sometimes stress teams out, but it's going to be a really action-packed day tomorrow, Mike.
It definitely will be. With that, it is MLP Dota and johnxfire. It's been a pleasure. We'll see you all again tomorrow, same time, same place, for some more Dota 2 action. See you then.